What's up, y'all? So throwing together this vlog, and it's covering about the last week. I've got a couple training sessions, like small ones that I did at the fire station that I didn't include. One of them was actually 2 weeks ago. I didn't include it. We caught a fire right after some overhead squats, so that was a fun one. But at the end of this video, I'm going to actually put up the actual workout. I didn't film any of this workout. It was kind of an accessory workout, and talk about kind of why I structured it the way it was. And I've actually had to do some picking and choosing on different days based off of where I'm at, whether I'm able to do these lifts at my gym or if I'm having to do them in the fire station, and what I'm able to do at certain fire stations. Some stations don't have the same workout equipment, so I'm having to kind of pick and choose and see what I can do and get done, as well as kind of getting some stuff in around the weather, because I do want to continue to kind of pick back up the throwing. I've taken a little bit of a break and it's come down a little bit. We've got some throwing in this video, but I hope you guys are enjoying the vlog style stuff. If you guys want to, leave some comments. Let me know what you want to see more of when it comes to Highland Games training. Do you want more video breakdown of throws, like slow-mo of throws? Do you want more of the lifting? Do you want more sets in the lifting? I kind of typically keep a top set, say, hey, here's what I did today, and that's it. Do you want to see more of what it all looks like? Because I do tend to superset a lot of things, put a lot of things together, do 3, 4, 5 exercises together, paired with something. So let me know what you want to see in the comments, and I want to keep bringing this content because I feel like I get a lot of really good feedback from it. So hope you enjoy this. We'll do the voiceover with all the training video. So what you got first is footage from our annual SUPERTOTAL. I didn't have as great a turnout as we normally do, just because I didn't have time to really put into advertising and publicize for it. But I took my normal squat workout. As you saw, a 450 in sleeves, is about 475 in reps, and then a reverse micro band with 500. So squat is feeling really, really good for me right now, and getting back to where it was about a year and a half ago in terms of my peak strength. Snatched left in 100 and 110 and 115 here, and saw some things, especially in my shoulders, that did some work, especially in my start position. So I worked on that later in the week, actually, with my block lifts. And then clean and jerks, I went 130, 140, 150, and at this point, I didn't have a great night at the fire station before this. We had got up a couple times after midnight. And so I actually was like, man, I am tired going into this 130. Got it out 150, so hitting 150, 150, tired, not peaks forward at all anyways either. I'm really happy to be able to pull those numbers out with where we're at right now in the off season, kind of not really pushing. We're doing the Olympic lifts, but I'm not pushing that heavy load. Still focusing most of it on technique right now. I've not even put a priority on speed a lot of the time lately. It's just kind of working some technique work and some rep work. And then we benched 352, and then I deadlifted 507 or something like that. And I was just so spent by deadlift, I didn't even video it. So another day in the week, and like I said, this is going to be a vlog for the whole week. I hit some block snatches. These actually felt really, really good this day. I think I was doing a lot better with my start position. Now, granted, it's also at the knees, but my shoulder position, I was locking my back in a little bit better on the start position on these. So I left a good few in there, and then I think I did cleans, block cleans. I think we went up to 130. So actually a pretty good day for me, comparing this to when I did this program before. And like I said in the intro, I've had to kind of pick and choose around what days I can do what. These block lifts are supposed to be on 2 separate days, but I combined them because I had blocks available. And at the firehouse, I would have had no blocks. I could have done hangs, but I wanted to stick with the block lifts right now. As my next phase will be hangs, so can change up my lifts a little bit. But right now on the block lifts, these actually felt pretty good that day. And I didn't do too much else this day. I kind of pick and choose and moved around a lot of my accessory work. The only other thing I did was here's a set of it, I mixed in some box jumps. So I've been trying to do at least a jump a day when I'm training. Some days I've actually skipped that, even though I've messed up and forgot to do them. But I'm trying to mix the jumps in with my main lifts so I don't forget about them like I did on one of the other days. And I believe this next clip starts, I came back in, and this might have been after those Olympic lift days. I came back in and did my accessory movement late at night. So the lifts were in the morning and the accessories are at night. So actually, I think I went out hunting and came back and didn't have anything, so came and did my accessory work. I did these good mornings and went straight out and threw wob throws. So I do a set of 12 good mornings, and then I went out and threw, I think, 3 wob pulls. And it was kind of just reps. I didn't really focus on anything other than just doing the work. The good mornings have been in a higher volume phase, as well as after all this other work. And then I also did glute hams. Actually, I have some wob throws in here. I had glute hams and ab wheel, but I didn't train any of those. And yeah, so here are the wob throws. And as you can see, I went back to back to back and just sped up the in-between here in this video. I took one straight video. And so it does make it harder on those last throws when you're tired. This was a weight for distance session later in the week. Obviously threw at night. So that was the first throw, starting nice and easy. Didn't do anything else prior to throwing. And this session, I actually got the cues from Zach Riley. Sometimes you don't need to worry about anything, but go out and try to throw hard or try to throw far. And so little things I noticed in this session, I was not getting around on my first turn, which was throwing some stuff off, especially at the front. So if you mess it up at the back, it can exacerbate it at the front. Not getting around in that first turn, which is something I've mentioned in other videos about working on my cast and getting around that first turn. It's going to take drill work and reps and reps and reps to fix, which right now, it ain't fixed yet. It's very apparent it's not fixed, but I went out, I took 15 throws with just, this is the 49, and I basically told myself I'm gonna build into, after about throw 6, I said the rest of them are gonna be dang near all out throws. As I got a little further, I think it was like 10 through 15, I was going even harder. The goal was trying to make each throw go a little further than the next. And some felt really good. I was near PR level with this weight, and it's off season, so that's good. That means that, okay, I'm not practicing as frequently, and I'm still able to go out and throw the same thing. But what I want to try to do is be pushing that and seeing a practice PR happening when I'm going all out with a 42 or 49, excuse me, to hopefully it translate over to a 56. So this was a pretty decent practice, consistent in some of these distances, even with the inconsistency in the technique, which is going to happen when you're not throwing every day or multiple times a week with the weights. This has been about a one-time-a-week thing with the weights right now, training something different. I'm trying to step that up, but like right now with the holidays and for the next coming weeks, my schedule's a little bit all over the place, and I am I'm picking up some overtime shifts, so it's throwing things off as well. This session was actually a really good session for me, a really fun session. I hit some pause front squats up to this at 130 and just the breath belt, which is kind of beltless for me in a sense. I'm using the breath belt a lot more and not using a belt to try to build some. So these deadlifts I actually worked up, and these were intermixed. Every set had some jumps in them, hurdle hops. I didn't video everything. You'll see some hurdle hops here. My very last set, I actually increased the hurdle, which may be a little sketchy. I think these were like 33 inches, and my last hurdles were 36. But the deadlifts I worked up to 440, 200 kilos. On my last set, it was like triples working up from 160 to 200 kilos. And just working some triples, quote-unquote beltless. And they felt a lot harder than they looked. Watching the videos, I'm like, these move pretty quickly, pretty smoothly. But they felt hard, and probably that for me, that's personally the quote-unquote beltless work, or just this breath belt. It's not giving me the support a normal powerlifting belt is, and that's what I was using here. I don't know how much else is in this video other than the very last slide picture of the workout, so we're going to cover that a little bit differently here in a minute. So this was a combination of some accessory work. The upper body stuff, the overhead press and bench is just some volume work. And then I paired that with a landmine rotation. So all these things that are grouped together were all grouped together. And it's just pick and choosing different accessory work. Believe it or not, this 45-degree back extension and walking lunges, I did the walking lunges body weight. The back extension was a little bit of weight. My glutes are sore the next day. The hanging leg raises actually felt really good for me and tend to be something, it's an ab exercise I can do that actually kind of decompresses my low back a little bit. I actually feel pretty good in the low back with it. Then I hit some back work with the underhand mag grip seated cable rows, worked up kind of heavy, paired that with the dumbbell lateral delt raises, and then the very last pair was the same underhand, or it was a wide neutral grip mag grip, same kind of rep scheme, heavy, paired with hammer winds. And I went with a 12.5-pound hammer, so a light hammer for me, and did sets of 20 in each direction, which was very different to add that amount of winds, basically a specific core work exercise there. So try those out. Let me know what you thought about this workout if you actually got this far.